I was telling Whit just before I was on my way to have wine with a friend and her other friend, and got to pull over in the Aldi parking lot because I didn't want to be late for you guys. So I love that we can do this anywhere and we can mix these plus in with anything. I was excited to be with you guys tonight because I feel like the new rep startup is something that I have wanted to get better at, which is why I chose to train on this topic. And it was cool because I was looking back as I was writing these of all the ways that I've done it that I didn't like. And so many times we learn from what we don't like of what we do so that we can do it better. And I think that's cool. And I think I can bring some hopefully good tips to you guys tonight, or just some little ideas of what you can do. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. I was getting a couple looks. I just wanted to make sure. So I was looking through one, two resources I was using when I was looking through all these new rep ideas. One being a new rep welcome letter that Whitney has written. And I want to give you guys all of these resources that I mentioned. I'm going to put them in our Team Freedom Facebook page. Um, if you need them before I can link them, you guys can message me. But the first thing I was going to mention is a new customer, new teammate startup welcome letter that Whitney has written. And it was amazing. It had so much good information. I pulled a lot from that. But the other place I pulled from was the Healthy Living, not Healthy Living, the Freedom Revolution website. And they just revamped that. So I don't know if you guys have seen that. Do you want to give me a hand raise if you've seen the new and improved version of it? Has anybody seen it? No? Okay. Well, I was looking at a couple hands, maybe. I saw Jeff on talk. Anyway, I was looking at some videos on there, and it was an awesome, awesome resource. So what I did is I just kind of put it down into a checklist for you guys tonight. And I want to keep it short because I know we want to get on the Cortese call after this. But there are so many things that are fingertips that we can use when it comes to introducing new teammates to this awesome business, introducing people to the product. But the first thing I wanted to emphasize is how important it is to understand the audience that you're working with. So understand who your teammate is, what's important to them, what does their life look like? Like, are they super busy? Do they work full time? I think it's really important that we assess who we're meeting up with and who is joining our team so that we can best meet them in the moments that they're available to make this the easiest process as possible. So in that way, even asking like, what's the best way we communicate, or how did you invite them to the business in the first place? Was it via text? Was it via messenger? Is FaceTime better? So kind of before you jump into this launch of a new teammate, assessing what they bring to the table, what kind of makes them tick. It's I just really like being conscientious of people's time and respect, because we all know time is money. We're not just laying around doing nothing all day. We all have pretty, wonderfully full schedules, and that's why it's so beautiful that this business can kind of fit into the little places that we make it fit. So the first thing I wanted to reference in my first step is to interview them without really interviewing them. So taking a look at what you're expecting from them, or what they're bringing to the table, and then what also they're expecting from you, like what you're bringing to the table. And one resource that I really love is Julie Gervaisi's training on posturing. And if you haven't seen that, that's a must watch. She did a training for our team. She did a training on the Pajama Regional. But that was just really wonderful when you think about posturing yourself as a business owner and as a entrepreneur. We sometimes, I have seen myself, speaking from experience, wanting to play small when it comes to meeting with other people, in the idea that you don't want to seem too big for them. Whereas actually you want to do the opposite. We are the energy that we want to attract. People are excited to join our business for a reason. People are drawn to you for a reason, and they want to see that in you. They want to see the excitement in you. And so when we posture that excitement, when we come to a new customer startup or a new rep startup, it fuels the energy in that conversation, whether it's via text, via Messenger or like if you're leaving them the video, you just want to exude the energy that excites you first and foremost. So if you haven't watched that posturing video, I'm going to link it again to Team Freedom. It is so, so good. And then so this in this interview process, right, I want to encourage you to ask questions. So questions like, what things do you love about the Juice Plus product? And what I was thinking is I would look for three things. Um, find Try to hone in on three things that they're passionate about, because when someone's passionate about something, they're going to want to share it, right? So our whole goal in this new rep startup is to get them excited, to get them to understand kind of where they stand with Juice Plus, and to how for you as their supporter, as their sponsor, to learn how to best support them, right? So the questions I want to ask is you're going to look for three things. Find out what they're passionate about. For example, I was meeting with someone the other day. They're super passionate about brain health because it's very personal to them. So for me, I would kind of key in on that and say, okay, omegas are going to be really good for them, or this is a good thing for us to hone in on. What gets them excited? Is it Power Gardens? Is it kids health? Really key in on those three things. And then once you identify those things, you can see how they're going to fit into our Juice Plus family, right? Are you going to link them with Stephen Ritz in the Power Garden? Is that going to be like a major highlight area for you? Are you going to help them with the Children's Health Study? Is that going to be the major highlight for you? And I feel like if we focus on a smaller number of things to begin with, we're able to help our new reps be more successful. And that also kind of keeps going and fueling our ideas for events, right? So if you think of, if we have something they're excited about, they're super passionate about sharing it, and you can link them to an event that highlights that thing, it's kind of like bringing it full circle. So just an example, you talk to somebody, they're a new rep, they love Power Gardens, they love growing their own food. Jess, Sontag, and Janine are hosting this amazing cooking event. You can think about, okay, cool, they're doing Power Gardens. I know exactly what to link them to. We have free cookbooks and free resources. They're super passionate about cooking. Let's do a cooking event. Maybe that can be one of their first things. So I just liked how that made a really cohesive picture when it comes to bringing new reps on. And the way, it was a way I hadn't thought about it before. I think so many times we think about, oh, we have to put them through the pipeline. Like we start here. Okay, our first meeting has to be 30 minutes. Okay, so then we're going to start with, a connection call. And we think about that it has to be the checklist instead of really understanding like each rep is going to be different because we all came on differently, and how to key in on and really highlight the areas that get them excited and make them unique and help them to be successful. So that was the first thing in your interview, that you ask the questions that are going to lead you to the answers of how you can help them be successful. So then the second thing I wanted to bring up is the hot hands list. I know we've heard a lot about this. I don't know if you guys are like sick of hearing the hot hands list, but to keep it really simple for these new reps, I was thinking, what are the 5 people off the top of their head that they can think of that would be interested in Juice Plus, right? Write those down, those 5 names. Then what if you broke it into categories and had 5 family members and 5 friends, and help them to start like categorizing little bite-sized pieces in different facets of their life. And I like how that helps us start to like identify different areas, because I think so many times people think, oh, I can only think of like my brother, sister, and my aunt. That's it. Whereas if you help them start to build that idea of, okay, 5 families, 5 friends, and then what else? Maybe asking your husband, 5 families, 5 friends, or like your kids. My kids have been starting to think about who they want to share Juice Plus with, because it's our family business. So they've thought about their friends and who they want to share with, and they've asked me like, hey mom, have you texted so and so's mom yet, because she really wants to know about the steaks because they had it when they were at our house. So different ways that we can help people break up this business into bite-sized pieces, I think this makes it a little more manageable and allows us to get excited to help them get excited. I'm excited just thinking about it, which is cool. Okay, so then once you chat about why they want to partner with Juice Plus, you can sign them up a couple different ways. You can sign them right up then and begin sharing. I know a lot of times that's what's happened For me, that doesn't work as well because I find that the people are excited about signing up and then life gets busy and you set up the next event or the next meeting and it just doesn't seem to really flesh out. And so I was thinking about, okay, what other ways can we help people sign up for Juice Plus, right? So one, they can sign up right at the beginning and begin sharing, real basic. That's like the vanilla flavor. Two, you can base an event off of the passions that they've shared with you earlier, right? And have people sign up there. I know that was kind of a thing a couple years ago when I started is HLP day one. So which means like you have them sign up and they have two customers sign up and then they automatically get that HLP bonus. Which is the healthy living plan. So it kind of just allows them to build a little foundation under their feet. So that's the second option, right? Plan an event based on what passions they have, help them invite people, and then they sign up and they have customers all in the first time. What I was also thinking is like events can be in person, they can also be online, they can also be connection calls. So we know a lot of different ways to hold events. Another option was if they're already a customer, um, obviously sign them up so they can start saving on their products before their next shipment comes, right? You want to be able to sign them up before the next cycle comes around so that they can get the benefit of the discount on their product and also earning that money back. So that was just another thing that seemed important to talk about. And then also like planting the seed of who else besides you, right? So say my awesome teammate B is on the call tonight. So I can introduce B to the business. She wants to work. Who else besides me does she want to partner with? Like who else does she like to hang out with that just seems like it might make sense to them and help them start thinking about that from the beginning. I know for a lot of people it could be overwhelming, but at the same time, when you just introduce it as something like, hey, this is fun, we have fun together, who else do you think needs a community to come alongside them that would want to be a part of it? It's not a pressure thing. It's more what I have found is it's more just allowing people to have a community to be with, like you guys have down there in Westchester. It's an awesome community to be plugged into. Like there's incredible resources at your fingertips, like culinary resources, teachers, dietitians. There's so many people that you automatically link up with that like who wouldn't want to be part of that awesome community, right? So a good resource for that one is Lauren Lahav's Tasking Vision video on the Freedom Revolution online. She paints a beautiful picture of what it looks like to cast a vision, but also shows a vision of her team and what that looks like for her and how exciting it is to just be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. Um, and then another thing that's really important for new reps in their startup is creating a story for them based on helping them create a story based on what they love about Juice Plus. So if it's a new rep that doesn't have a lot of experience with the product yet, that looks a little differently. But I had a couple ideas of like sentence starters. I feel like in elementary school, we had the teachers that would give us like, we were walking, the sentence starter, you were walking in the woods and then dot, 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 and then you filled it in. And I think we can do that for our new reps. And a couple ideas that I had, and I was given a tip by Deanne Rose, is that your story should be able to be told as you're running out of a burning building in 30 seconds. Like, this is like quick. This is not the 30-minute version. This is like, we're running out of this building. This is my beautiful story, and we're done. And then conversations can happen after that. So I can add these sentence starters on our team freedom page, but for me, it's before I was this, like before I was my story, a really exhausted pregnant mom of two toddlers, and I was losing it. And I was pregnant with my third, and I didn't know what I was going to do, and I was really sick. Then I found Juice Plus, and my life changed in an amazing way because I was able to finish out my pregnancy flourishing and healthy and not as stressed out as I was. And I'm excited because then Juice Plus allowed me not to have postpartum depression and to have the really hormonal swings that I would have had I not been on it. And so, like, that's just an example of like one little facet of what your story could be, but it doesn't have to be very long. So before I was this, then I found Juice Plus and my life changed in an amazing way. Enter your story. It made sense to me because blank, and I'm excited because now I know it does this. We can all fit that in. And that's something really easy that you can help your new reps, fill in the blanks for because you know, it's just one thing that's on the forefront of their mind that they can start with. Another thing is if they haven't started the product, like if they've just signed up for the business, everybody needs more fruits and vegetables in their body. Juice Plus made sense to me because blank, and they can distill that in. And that way, if they don't have product experience yet, they know what they hope the product will do for them, or they know what the research says, right? We know that omegas help with brain health, and they can talk about that. Another thing is you can share somebody else's story. Like Juice Plus made sense to me because I watched my friends who couldn't do triathlons start taking it and then have amazing energy and to be able to be a mom and a triathlete at the same time. So you can help them kind of cookie cutter-ish a way to put their story into a piece. And I think that's really important because you want to leave somebody able to know what to say next, right? As they're sharing Juice Plus, you want your new rep to feel successful, and you can build that story for them along the way. So, but these are just like new things that are really easy when it comes to starting up new reps. Does anybody have any questions? There's one more thing I want to share with you guys before we stop. All good? Okay. All right, cool. So again, when you want to like flesh out a lot more of these like really basic pinpoints, there's awesome videos on the Freedom Revolution online about building your business story, building your product story, and those will come later. Like this is just like the really bare bones of the beginning to get your reps and all of our people excited, or even us, if we need a little breath of fresh air, we can rehire ourselves and do this, you know? So I think an important thing as I close and wrap this up, because it's getting to 8:30, why do you want to join the mission? To understand like why someone wanted to partner with you in the first place. Why are they passionate about our company? Like why did this make sense to them? And who else would you want to link arms with to share the opportunity with? You know, we get passionate about something and it automatically will spark somebody in the forefront of our minds, even if we're afraid to reach out to them. It sparks something in our minds. So again, awesome resources that I pulled from our Julie Gervaisi's talk, Whitney's new launch team letter, which is amazing, and the Freedom Revolution online, which was super helpful. There's also a document on the Freedom Revolution that's called What Do I Say document, and it's all about asking good questions. And as I was looking at our Team Freedom Facebook page, there's also a post like a little ways down, I want to say that was like a couple weeks ago, about asking good questions that Jeff Patterson had put up. So if we can just remember how to be curious, I think it's really important. So that's all. I guess remember to keep things short and sweet, and then always set the date for your next meeting. Always keep an idea of what's coming next. So thanks for letting me share a little bit and get excited about new rep launches. I can't wait to put this into practice.
Jenna, thank you so much. I'm like furiously taking notes, and you know, a lot of this is stuff I haven't, you know, it's not all brand new, but I loved hearing it from you because it just sinks in a little differently. I absolutely loved one of the biggest additions you added to my kind of approach here is that finding 3 things they're passionate about. Like, you know, because that energy and excitement in the beginning is so important, and we all have different passions. And that's what I love about this. This business attracts so many different people from so many different places. And we all do have unique passions. So I loved that. Thank you. And did you say you were going to post a couple of these resources to our Team Freedom Facebook page?
Yes, I can take pictures of the whole thing if you guys want the like checklist that I came out with. But we have a lot of documents that are working documents, but I'll post all those resources that I use.
Yeah, I think that would be great. Does anybody have any questions for Jenna?
No questions, but oh my gosh, Jenna, thank you so much. That was awesome. And you're right. It's not just cookie cutter. And we should sit down and slow our breath down and just say, you know, what is it that interests you, and find out what their passion is. And you really plugged into that. And I applaud you for that. And thank you for reminding us of all of our resources too.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, so now we all need to go find ourselves some new buddies, right? That we can bring into this amazing community. And I think that was the other thing I'll just reinforce is you were talking about how, you know, I was actually talking to Sideline just today, and she has a personal fitness business, and she's building her Juice Plus, and she was like, you know, sometimes we struggle with like how much energy to put where. And, you know, what I was saying to her is, yes, I have my counseling business and Jenna has her styling business. And so many of us have different things also. But I will tell you personally, the number one reason I will never put Juice Plus down is the community of people. So each and every one of you guys, I know some of you personally, and hopefully I'll meet all of you more personally, but the people, and this is what I'll loop back around to conference. I mean, you stand in this awesome, huge space, and there's like, I don't know, like 6,000, 7,000 people. And I tell you, every single person there has a heart to help and has this, and there's this positivity that I just feel like the Juice Plus company, I've heard it, Good Vibe, Health Tribe. I love that. There's this like vibe. And so I'll always stay with this community. And I feel like that's what we offer people when we welcome them into our business. Yes, it's a way to earn income. Yes, it's a way to make a difference in the world, but it's a way to find a place to belong that has this amazing positivity. So I know for me, it's just that reminder that that's what we're offering to people. So let's go out and offer that to people, but do it by being curious and not putting our agenda on them. So before we can launch a new rep, we need to find new reps for many of us, right? So it's all a good challenge. So Jenna, thanks again. That was awesome. I mentioned at the beginning of the call that we do have 2 more spots in the Team Freedom House for conference. Not too late. Tickets are super affordable. So affordable for conference. I mean, people are getting like $200 flights to Austin. And I will leave this out there. Does anybody want to share any upcoming events that they have, local or online, that they want to share with the group? Go ahead, Jess.
So Janine and I are having a salad in a jar at my house next Wednesday at noon. So that's in Malvern. And then on the 19th, Anne Maria and myself and Jess Pellicciotto, we are going to be at Canvas again, and there's a talk we're having, and it's called How to End Bad Eating Habits. And so Jess is going to be doing her dietitian talk, and this is the first time we've actually really presented just a discussion. And I'm going to be doing I'll do a recipe, a quick, easy recipe. And so that is, what time is that, guys, on the 19th? It's in the morning? 10
a.m.
10 a.m. And Canvas is in King of Prussia.
And it's in the Canvas room.
In the Canvas room of in King of Prussia.
That's the floor.
So we can share those details.
Sounds like awesome events.
And tomorrow, Kim Kendall's having a salad in a jar party as well. Did you already mention Tony Branner?
I did not, but yeah, why don't you put a plug for that?
Okay. So on Thursday, September 26th, Tony Branner is going to, the 25th, she'll be in the Allentown area doing more of like a Prevention Plus talk, very similar to what she did when she came here, was it last fall maybe? And she talks a lot about just the benefits of plants with athletes and just in general. Her talk is phenomenal. So if you have anybody in the Allentown, Macungie, Bethlehem area, that's a great talk. And then she'll be coming here on Thursday, September 26th to do a Power of 5, but it's going to have a little spin on it. She is going to be doing the majority of the Power of 5 and really talking she's an exercise physiologist from her perspective of being a skeptic and why she never really, looked into Juice Plus, and then why eventually it made sense to her and her business story. And then Kim and Teresa are going to be talking at that event too. So that event only has 30 tickets. I'm pretty sure it's going to fill up very quickly. So I would encourage you to get your ticket. And Renee has said if guests are coming, please register your guests. Don't just go on and buy 5 tickets. Make sure that your guest names are registered. And then September 28th is the regional in Toms River, New Jersey. So if you can't get to conference, that's going to be your next best stop to really have access to some great trainings, to meet some people from corporate. I know Joanna will be there. I thought Jay Martin was going to be there, but I can't remember if I saw his face on the flyer. But that's
I did.
Is he there?
Yeah, I that's what I saw.
And Eileen is going to be there if anybody wants to carpool. I'm not sure if I'm going to make that one or not. But again, if you cannot get to conference, I would try to get to this regional because it will really, really provide you with a lot of insight and training. The Northeast region is one of the best regions, in my opinion, with their Juice Plus businesses. And they have access, and we have access to some of the best trainers around as far as building business. And then October 3rd is the dietitian talk. Wendy Howard will be here at the Desmond. Tickets just opened up tonight at 7:30. So if you tried to get on Eventbrite earlier today and it wasn't available, it's because the tickets were not available. But that will be a great, like, kind of prevention plus type of style talk where 90% of the content that she's going to be sharing is going to be nutrition education, and then she weaves in some of the Juice Plus product line. So really good if you have a prospect that knows nothing about Juice Plus, you want to expose them to the community, or customers that maybe want a little bit more and get to have this extra layer of, you know, just education and, again, exposure to our community. So all of those events are on Team Freedom. Go to the events tab on Team Freedom, click events, and you will see those things so that you can register for them. Okay.
Yeah. And also Wine and Wellness at Chrissy's, hopefully at Chrissy's Pool. It's a nice night on Friday, September 20th, 6 to 7:30. And that's also under our Events and Team Freedom Facebook page.
Great. And I am having a meal planning event on that Sunday, the 22nd. So we'll come together and we'll just all share ideas about how the heck we figure out how to get food on our tables, and I'll be sharing about Juice Plus too. All right, so it's 8:35. I do not know how to three-way us all into the to the Cheryl Cortese call, so I don't think that's going to happen tonight. We've been trying to do that, but I will tell you what is on deck for tonight. So it's Dr. Candace Corson, who I absolutely adore. She is a wealth of knowledge, and every time she talks, it just always makes so much sense. The topic is how to help more people be comfortable and excited about Juice Plus. So I just feel like she makes it so easy and simple and just makes it like a no-brainer. She's able to, help us have that confidence that really there's no one that can't benefit from Juice Plus, and all of the different ways that people can. So it's going to be a great call. So that check-in has already started. It'll start at 8:45 tonight. And then speaking of Austin, on Wednesday, we always have the Wednesday training calls as well. Those are at 10:30, and they're available for a week afterwards. That's going to be all about preparing for our conference in Austin. So if you want to hop on there and get a sense for what conference is all about, and either if you're going and you need to prepare, or you're considering going and you want to hear more about it, that would be great too. So hopefully we didn't make your head spin, but the beauty is all of this stuff is on our Team Freedom Facebook page, and you can always go look at the calendar of events there. Okay.
I have one
all
more.
right, it was good to see everybody.
Hold on.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I didn't